Hi. This is Rex Phillips-Imale, starting a new mini documentary series on how I met my partner. So this is going to be part of a couple of series we're going to do based on how to approach ladies, but specifically how I met my partner. I haven't met my partner yet, but the whole point is for you to come with me in this journey and to watch me stumble, watch me humiliate myself. For your entertainment, you're welcome. By the way, if you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so the algorithm knows that you like this and will give you more of it. So I will head out to central London and see what's up, and I actually try my non-existent skills on getting a partner. And basically, like I say, it's a learning experience for me. I'm not a pickup artist right now. I might look good, but I'm not a pickup artist. So hopefully, if you guys can also leave some tips or hints for me to maybe say use to maybe have a better attempt next time. I will also be probably seeing if I can even ask for tips from the people I see in the public or people that I approach and see what they have to say. So it's going to be like a joint venture between them, you, and me. And obviously, I'll be learning from my experiences. And at some point, I'll probably get good at doing it, but who knows? We'll have to see. Or I might just fail miserably. Either way, you get to sit back and allow me to take the bullets. I'm going to explain in a little bit more detail why I've also decided to do this, as far as 51% of people in the UK and Ireland are single. 50% of the guys in the UK and Ireland, or 50% of guys in general, are really scared of approaching ladies because of the complications. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing it. And at the same time, I've been single for a while as well. So whilst I approach and navigate this scary environment we have for men at the moment, you get to come along with me and get to see me fail, stumble, and maybe succeed. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's see what happens. But I don't really know how I'm going to film it, because at the same time, I want to respect people's privacy. So we'll see. I will definitely ask for permission, and if they agree for me to film, and I ask them a couple of questions after that, then we'll do that. If not, then we'll have to see. We'll play it by ear. All right, take care. Bye. Hello there. So this is Rex Phillips-Imale. Like I said, with the figures I mentioned to you before, you have about what? Let me say you have about 51% of ladies and men in the UK and Ireland being single, and then you have 80%, according to Chris Williamson, you have like 80% of women waiting for the guy to make, to approach and actually make the move. But at the same time, you have the GNC crowd, which is probably like about 18 to 26, that 20% of them believe that if a guy was to approach them, it would be a creepy and borderline harassment. But if you really think about it, it's only 20% of GNC that think that. So the other 80% of GNC don't think that. So anyway, that kind of makes it a little bit safer if you think about it to approach. And that means the overall consensus, when you really think about it, is that we should approach most of the ladies and give them that opportunity to either say yes or say no. If they say no, they will move on. Last time I checked, I don't know if it's the same thing now, because obviously the whole balance between the birth rate now is very, very off balance. But back in the days, it used to be like about 2 ladies to a guy. So there's plenty of fish in the sea, especially now that 50% of people are single. So there's plenty of fish in the sea. So that's actually a good consensus to approach. But anyway, you can learn from my mistakes. Depends how many mistakes I make, because like I said, I'm actually looking to meet a partner. And so basically this is going to be this whole mini documentary is how I met my partner. So it could take one attempt. It could take several attempts. I guess if it takes several attempts, it's more for you guys to see. But again, I'm not a pickup artist, and I don't claim to be one. I'm probably going to do very poor. I'm probably going to not do very well at first, but we'll see. I like to learn from my mistakes and things like that. So we'll see. We'll try and go to different locations. So first, we'll go to around central London, mainly, and we might even go to like Canary Wharf at some point, or to Liverpool Street, those kind of areas. But again, it's more like a learning experience, and you get to come along with and see. And I'll be the person that I'll be your guinea pig. I'll be the sacrificial lamb. Yeah, I'm back again. And somebody else to note as well, this is going to be a very nerve-wracking experience for me as well. I may not look it, but I'm like petrified, nervous. I thought of doing this, but somebody has to start it, right? And like I say, the whole point of this is to show that the unblur the lines between not knowing the difference, or not knowing what is allowed, what you're allowed to do as a man, and how to approach ladies and all that stuff. Just unblur the lines, because so far it's just really blurry right now. But let me get first-hand experience, and then you guys get to see it from my point of view. And obviously, I'm taking most of the risk. At some point, just to encourage you guys to also take the risk at some point as well, or not. But I really suggest that you do. Again, I'm willing to also support you as much as I can. But obviously, if I do find a partner, then it becomes really, really difficult to do so. But when I'm single, it's easy for me to come and tag along with you guys and to help you with this in regards to that. So, I'll catch you later. I'll probably be in the clubs next time you see me. So, bye-bye. So, pretty much as it stands, I was actually not watching the podcast with Chris Williamson. And there was someone from the Daily Wire, one of the main talents over there. And they were speaking about, the dilemmas of guys in the Western Hemisphere, about how there's like 80% of, about 86% of ladies are waiting to be approached by the guy. And the issue comes with the GNC. The GNC will be like the 18 to 26-year-olds, ladies that, in a way, 20% of them see a guy approaching them as harassment, face-to-face. Because obviously they're used to like the online dating. Bear with me. Yeah, obviously they're used to the online dating. So because of that, when guys approach them, especially if they're fairly good looking, they're probably going to get lots of attention online. So they don't like when probably guys approach them. But I think that's only 20% of them. The majority of them, 80% of GNC, probably wouldn't mind being approached and expect the guy to approach them. Otherwise, if the guy doesn't approach them, then nothing really happens. So it makes sense for the guy to make the first move. But like I said, like the guys have been so traumatized lately about approaching them. And bear in mind that it's all about practice. Before, back in the days when you didn't have online dating, for example, it's like you had to actually go out there and get someone. You didn't have any other options. So that tends to help when your back is against the wall. Then you know that you have to do it. Whereas nowadays, when you have that online dating option, kind of like makes it very easy for you to be lazy. But I want to make it very clear that it's very obvious that the online dating stuff does not work for a majority of guys. I don't think it even works for a majority of ladies. I'd like to do the research on that, or if one of you guys can do the research on that, and then also pin it into the channel or put it in the comment section, I'll be very grateful of that. But once again, like I'm going to be extremely nervous when I'm approaching these ladies. I'm probably going to stumble, so I would appreciate any tips you guys have. Obviously, I'm not going to use all the tips you guys have. I'll use the ones that I believe is going to be useful. And I'm mainly going to just learn from stumbling. But once in a while, I'm actually come across tips from you guys that seems to be good. And I might turn around and use it. There's a lot of you guys probably out there learned the skills of chat when you were in college or when you were in university. You probably got to practice with your body so you know what you're doing. But someone like me, who did not have much practice, I don't know what to do, to be honest. But again, I'll play by ear. I'll try and use the little charisma I have. I'm about 42 years old, so I do have some charisma. I'll try and use that, but I don't know if that's going to really work. in a way, I'm trying to stay away from GNC and for now because of that 20%. But then who knows? I don't think that 20% is enough for me to say no, because only 20%. There's 80% of them that are still looking for someone to approach them. So I don't think that should be something that should hinder me. Again, it's a learning curve, it's a learning experience for me. So I will take most of the bullets, and you guys can just sit back, relax, get entertained, laugh at me. It's all good. But at some point, I'm probably going to get really good. I'm hoping to get pretty good at doing it, and that way I can also share tips. But I think with something like this, everyone is different. Like, I'm 6'2", I've got broad shoulders, so everyone is really different, really. So I don't really believe in one person's chat approach working for everyone else. I think you need to really find what works for you, depending on your circumstances and your build, your upbringing, and everything. I think everyone has a way that they can actually get the partner that they want. Anyway, it's going to be quite noisy now. I don't think you can hear me, so peace out.